Good evening everyone, and welcome to Mystery Monday here live on Facebook, and thanks if you're catching the replay here or on YouTube. My name is Lucia Visentin and I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Melbourne, Australia. Thanks for hopping on. As you do say hi. Would love to know that you're watching, where you're from. Hope everyone had a lovely weekend. I was going to say the weather was pretty good on the weekend here in Melbourne, at least. We've not been doing much here. It's just been nice and quiet. Yeah, like I said, not much happening. Lots of card making though. I have been getting down into the craft room lots, which has been brilliant, and I'm a little bit ahead, which is nice. So I've had a bit of time to play with things as well. Hello Anita. So my next class is going to be the celebratory sips, which is what I'm using tonight. And like I said, I've had a great time playing with that. Good evening, Fiona, and hi, Vicky. How are you? A few things to let you know about. There is a virtual album retreat coming up. Hello, Renee. And I have got some paperwork here to show you too, which just gives you an idea of what you're getting if you do sign up for it. Sorry, there's no signing up for it. What you do is you actually purchase the whole retreat online, and that actually registers you for the event. Hi Natalie. Yes, so nice. I actually even got my pegboard up on the weekend too, yesterday. So just waiting for a couple of things to pop on that, and then we're all done, which would be great. Good evening, Anne. I might turn you over so I can actually show you some of the things that I want to talk about as well. Might be better. So let's just turn this around, and we'll just get a little bit closer. Okay, so this is the virtual album retreat. It is $435. Now it is a 3-day event, okay? So it does go from the 17th to the 19th of July. So it's just not a quick little thing. It will be over a few days. The reason why it's over a few days is because you actually do 12 2-page spreads, which are all of these. Don't know whether you can see them all, but that's quite a few. Hi Joan, how are you? So the one thing I do have to say, well, one of the things I do have to say about it is for Northern Hemisphere. So January is obviously winter, so all the seasons will be out. But that doesn't matter because all the months are all on these die cuts in the black, so they can just be swapped around for us down here in the South Pacific, so that still works quite all right here. So they're all the spreads that you do, but these are all the goodies that you actually get in the kit. So everything is all packaged up for each spread. Everything is actually cut out for you as well, so there is no cutting out. All the work is already done. There's page protectors, there's all your die cuts, label die cuts, specialty papers, and I can't remember what these are called, but they're for your photo placement. There's embellishments, twine, flip flaps, and it looks like there are 4 sets of stamps in here as well. So there is quite a bit in it. It is $435, but we were sort of looking at how much it costs to do a couple of page spreads, and we've been told sort of the American equivalent, and it's $20 American for a double page spread, so probably what, $30, $35 here. So it's actually quite good value as well. So if you are interested, do let me know. I can give you some more information. I will pop these photos are actually already up on my page as well, so you can see them up on my page. The other thing that is happening in the Stampin' Up world starting tomorrow is with our sweets and sweet products is if you buy one, can you buy the kit without doing the retreat? Absolutely, Vicky. Not a problem. You will still have access to everything. So with the retreat, it is, the times are a little bit funny for us. I think it starts at, I haven't got it written down here, something like 6 in the morning, 6 a.m. till 3 or 4 in the afternoon. But there will be a replay of it, so you will be able to go back and watch it. So you will have access to that once you purchase the kit. You will be given all that information as well. So with the sweets and sweet products, as of tomorrow, the 3rd of June, if you buy one, you get one for free. So that is with the sweets. So you could purchase a whole sweet and get a sweet for free, or sweet products. So if there is a bundle in a sweet, you could purchase, say from 2 sweets, you could purchase a bundle and get another bundle for half price. If you're purchasing a sweet and a bundle, the half price is going to be off the cheaper item. So if you're going a sweet and just a bundle, which is the stamp set and dies, you'll get the half price off the stamp set and dies. But I was going through the sweets today, and we actually have 27 sweets. So there are an amazing amount of sweets to choose from. The only exception, I suppose, now is if something in that sweet sells out, that sweet won't be part of this sale. So for the moment, I'm pretty sure all of these are included, and they are all on the site at the moment. Good evening, Helen. How are you? So this starts tomorrow and goes until the 30th of June. So they are the 2 main things I had to show you. So my next thing to show you is what I'm using tonight. So I'm very much looking forward to this. So this is the Celebratory Sips Suite, which comes with the Designer Series paper. It comes with a stamp set. It comes with dies. Which are these dies here, which actually cut out a fair bit of the Designer Series paper as well. There is an embossing folder. It's actually a set of 2 that come with it. I don't know whether you can see them properly, but those 2 there. So there's a floral and a beautiful, almost like crystal glass pattern on this one. Good evening, Elizabeth. And then there is some ribbon, which I don't have, which is a gold mesh ribbon. And I didn't realise, but there were actually some gems as well. I have used some gems which are very similar in a clear, but not these particular ones. So these are holographic resin dots, is what they're called. You wouldn't want to pronounce that. I can't even pronounce the name even when I haven't had drinks. So Celebratory Sips is just cheers and sips is heaps better to do, I think. So we could just stick to that, I think. So I will just go through the papers with you because the papers are gorgeous and I love the colours. The colours in them are just beautiful. A lot of fussy cutting could be had, which I have done my fair share of in here. As you know, I do enjoy that. And then there's the back sides as well. This one here, there are a couple of dies that cut out the rounder glass and the tall glass. It won't cut out the ones with garnishes on them. Good evening, Kim. Very bright papers, definitely. And even the back sides are gorgeous. Love, love, love this one. This is one I will be using tonight as well, so I can show you a way to use that. I did get the magnetic trays. You showed me and I just went, oh, they are brilliant. Good evening, Jane. How are you? Love this one. This one is in the cloud cover. I just think that's a really good to use for anything. Now, some of the dies do cut this out as well. So the strawberry, the cherry, the blackberries. I think that might be all, but and some of the garnishes, the 2 garnishes here as well, the mint leaves, and not quite sure what that one is, but that one there as well. Oh, sorry, and the back, which is Secrecy, which I love. Hi, Annette and Rochelle, how are you both? They only had a couple when I went in though, Anita. I did cave and get this sweet. I do love it. I've really enjoyed playing with it. And there's actually a couple of florals in it too, just for something a little bit different and with nice bright backs on them as well. So just to throw in something completely different to the drinks. But look at them, they are lovely. I do love them. Good evening or good morning, Kim. How are you? I hope you are well. So it looks like the weather's warming up nicely in the UK at the moment. So what I am going to start with is probably this sheet, I think. So I am doing just a regular card to begin with. So magnetic trays. Oh, what I'm going to use them for, I was showing you when I did my tour that I use one of these IKEA frames and have some magnet sheets in them, or magnetic sheets in them, and I put my dies here. So what I was going to use the trays for was to put my magnetic dies in. But they've actually, as you can see, they've actually come in handy to put all my little cutouts in. So I've got the trolley that you had, and I actually stick the magnetic trays to my trolley, so they sit right next to me. So it's been really good. They're on hand all the time. So regular card bases, they are 21 centimeters by 14.85, and I have scored them at 10.5, and we'll just burnish that. And I have got a mount, and the mount is just my regular mount, which is 14.35 by 10. Okay, so nothing super special there. That's quite normal. I'm going to grab some scissors. Magnetic trays. So these are, let me show you, I've got one here that's nearly empty. So they are just a metal tray, but they've got these big magnets at the back of them. So when you've got your dies, and after you've used them, because I'm sometimes a little bit too lazy to put them back in here, you can actually just plonk them in here and they're not going to go anywhere. They just stay in the tray. So it's just a good way of not losing your dies. And I know even, I got these from Aldi here in Australia, but I know you can get things like this from like Autobarn and places like that as well, that sell car parts and all of that kind of stuff, because they use them a fair bit there for nuts, bolts, screws, all of that kind of thing. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut out one of these little rectangles. And I'm going to make my own glass. So we have this here, and we have our dies. You're so right, Kim, because that could be me. They will just all end up in there and think, oh yeah, I'm not going to lose them, they're all away, and then I'll forget that yeah, where they come from. You're probably right. So there are a couple of ways. I actually want to make this shiny. So what I have got is some packing tape. Now there's several ways of doing this. I am patient, but I do like to make my cards quickly. So you could use, if you wanted to wait for it to dry, You could use our fine tip glue pen, and you could cover everything that you want shiny in the fine tip glue pen and wait for it to dry. Okay, if you don't want to wait for it to dry, another way of doing it that look, I've probably seen it somewhere, but I did think it was a good idea, is, sorry, it's just torn away a little bit there, a bit of that bit, is just by popping it on some tape. So I'm just going to, if I can see my tape, pop this down onto my tape. So what that is going to do is now make my paper shiny. Actually, just before I do that, let's just turn that over so I can find the end of it next time. Put this little bit in the bin. And I am just going to trim the sticky off from around this. From around the edges here, just so it doesn't stick to my plates when I go to die cut and emboss this. So what I want to do now is, yes, that is, I'm sure we've got more than one lot of packing tape, but yes, I do keep one down here, always. You know, just to put together those boxes that we receive all the time. You know, they end up at the front door when I need something to put things in. So I hope I've cut that long enough. Probably only just. Okay, that's fine. So let me get my, just going to come over and grab my tape. Because I'm going to pop this on. I just want to make sure that it is all fishing on properly. Oh, actually, before I do that, I'm going to pop this one on as well. Now, this one just gives it a nice little texture. Okay, you know what? I might do one at a time because I really do want to make sure I've got this one on in the right place. So they cut it all out, and then we'll go through again with that one. I think is the best way of doing it. So let me bring my cut and emboss machine over, and I'll get some plates. So I have plate 1, 2, and number 3. Just make sure that's got it all. Oops, wrong way round. Put my one that I cut on at the bottom, and the next one on top. And pop that through. And so what that will have done is cut out the shape of my glass, and it's all shiny. And what I'm going to do now is pop this one on, which will give us that nice texture. And I will just tape that down as well. That didn't work very well. Let's try that again. Tape that to the top. Put that through. And that will now give us a beautiful shiny textured glass. How's that? So the other thing, while I have got my machine here, I will grab my embossing folder. Now this is a regular embossing folder, so I'm just taking my plate number 2 away, and I'm just going to use my 2 Perspex ones, the number 3. And with that mount that I had, I just want to, because they're just mini embossing folders, I'm just going to do one side of my mount like that. I'm going to pop that through, and I am popping the folded edge in first. And then the rest. Often I put this through with that plate number 2 and wonder why it doesn't go through. Sometimes I'm not thinking. And that gives you some gorgeous embossing. That is the most beautiful embossing folder. I think this is going to fast become a favourite, I am thinking. So I'm just going to pop those back up on the shelf. Okay, so I have that and that. What I do want, and I have already cut out, I've cut out a circle from the Stylish Shapes dies. I've just used the second largest. And pop that there too. So basically we're doing this kind of a thing, okay? But we'll put a little bit more on it as well. So I've got elements of text. So I'm going to use some of the script on that, and I'm going to grab Gorgeous Grape. I'm thinking. So we'll get Gorgeous Grape, and I'll do a little bit of stamping on the circle. I am just going to make sure I've got that inked up nicely. And we'll kind of get that on the centre. Nice bit of pressure. There you go. I may have used Highland Heather on my last one, but that is quite all right. It's not going to matter too much because that's still going beautifully with what we've got there. So then what I will do, just to give that a little bit more texture, is just to do a little bit of spritzing with my Stamp Right marker. Now the reason why I'm using the Stamp Right marker is because we don't have Gorgeous Grape in our blends, unfortunately. So just give it a little bit with that. So that's just giving it a little bit of spritzing. Clean that up. Okay, so we've got that and that. So then, like I was saying, I've got a few things in here that I have cut. Do you know what we'll do? We will put these away straight away. Let's pop them in there. So then they're packed up. Oops, sorry. So like I said, I have been cutting away here. So I've got some glasses. I've even got all the edges, like the half glasses I've cut out. I've cut everything out, like absolutely everything, and the little glasses. So what I've also done is cut out a whole load of little stuff from that little sheet that we had with all the garnishes and everything on it. And I do want to show you something, just the difference between a couple of things. So, because like I said, there are dies that cut some of these out. That one was done with a die, and that one without. Okay, so when we're looking at these, that's been cut out with the die. That one hasn't. This one I've used a die. The strawberry I've used a die for, but then this one I haven't. So you can see I tend to cut mine out with less white on them. And then with these blueberries, blackberries, I have used a die for this one and then fussy cut this one. So there's a little bit of difference, but not too much. But if you're not wanting quite as much white around things, fussy cut. If you can't be bothered fussy cutting, use the dies, because there are quite a few of those dies that cut them out. And I do love a bit of fussy cutting. I find it really relaxing. I don't know about anyone else, but fussy cutting is great fun. Now, the other thing I wanted to do is I want to give the glass a little bit more definition. So to do that, I have just got a permanent marker, a little Sharpie. And what I'm going to do with the Sharpie is I'm just going to draw a line around my glass. And like I said, that will just give me a little bit of definition. It's a little bit harder when everyone's watching. I did quite well before. That time I feel it's a bit wonky. So I'll do that with that one. Yeah, like I said, they do. Yeah, there are dies that cut them. But you know what? It's nearly, by the time you fiddle around with it and get the dies on them, I nearly find that you've got them die cut. Fussy cut before you'd actually die cut them. So I'm actually going to do exactly the same here with my mount. I'm just going to draw. Probably could have done this before I did the embossing. That's okay. I don't know whether you can hear that. It sounds like a train going over all the bumps here. Okay, so there you go. So that's just given us a little bit of definition now. So what I will do now is we'll start building our little scene here. So I am just going to put that glass flat on the, some glue, flat on my disc. I knew exactly what you meant by disc. Yeah, look, I'm the same. I find fussy cutting sometimes just quicker and easier. You get exactly the look that you're after then as well. So my glass is going to go down. Yeah, now be a little bit careful too, because there's actually holes in that die. So some of that glue I can feel has actually come up through that. Not that that matters too much, but... And what I might do is, while it's still a bit wet under there, we might just put some mint at the top there. And I might put some orange zest coming out of that. But the orange zest can go up on some dimensionals, and the little minis are great for this. There you go. Some orange and some mint. And when I pop this on here, I think I'm going to pop that on dimensionals as well. But on the back of this one, I think I'm going to put the large ones. I'll go one in the middle as well. Stop it from sinking. Now I know the dimensional's still on the back of that one there, but that will stick to my mount now, which will be great. So we'll make sure that we put this on so that it's as straight as I can get it. That'll go up that way. Okay, but I do feel it needs just a little bit more. That's nice because it's kind of the same colour there. Now I have also done some embossing beforehand as well. So the sentiments in this one are to you, to us, it's your day, let's celebrate, and there's a larger cheers as well. But I've decided just to go the let's celebrate, it's your day. So we might even figure out where they're going to go first, and then I can put the other little bits on it. This I'm just going to cut by hand. I'm not going to worry about the trimmer because it is so tiny. I think we can get that pretty straight on its own. Just a little bit of fuzz on that edge that we're going to cut off. Okay. Get rid of that and we'll pop that on dimensionals as well. Make mine a double. There is no make mine a double, unfortunately. That would be pretty cool though. Just trim that one down a little bit more. Just cut some of this off. I'm just cutting the edging off my dimensionals there. And we'll pop that behind. And we'll cut a little bit more off to pop behind the other one. Who else has loved this set? I know Kim has used it heaps. It was actually Kim that sold it to me. I saw Kim use it heaps and her cards were magnificent. So I did think I needed the, it needed to go into the cart. So we might just pop those there. And I'm thinking a little bit of twine for a bit of a bow. Nothing huge, but I probably could do with longer ties though. Don't want my bow to be big, but I do want decent ties on it because I want them to go down the circle. There you go. Just bring both my loops up together just so I make sure I've got them even. Except I'm going to make them smaller though. So again, just bringing both my loops up like that, just making sure they're even. I'll cut my ends so that they're even as well. We might just pop a glue dot behind that. We'll just pop it on the side of the card here. No need to be sorry at all, Kim. Like I said, I have had so much fun. I think I've nearly had more fun fussy cutting than I have anything else. And because I've had the time, like I love it when you've got that little bit of spare time and you can actually sit there and fussy cut for a bit is wonderful. Fiona, you will love it. It's been so much fun playing with it. So I'm actually just going to poke that just so that the knot is under there, but the bow will stick out. There you go. And let's see. I might just put those down the bottom there. Okay, so we just pop, use some glue, a little bit of glue behind here. And pop him behind there. We've got lemons, we've got oranges, we've got the works. We have mint. Don't quite know what this would be. Purple. What drink would it be? No idea. I don't think I drink enough cocktails to know what a purple cocktail would be. Does anyone know what a purple cocktail would be? I do love doodling. I do love just that little bit of black. I love a little black border too when you do mounts. But if you don't want to cut out the black to put behind it, just a little bit of doodling on your card is always fantastic. Oh, we haven't put the... How about we put these on? Kind of nearly thought they were there. Okay. We might go the other way actually, put the bigger one at the bottom. Yep. Correct. The sangria would be pretty close to that. Bit of a Barcelona thing. So it's your day. Let's celebrate. Now, I was telling you about the gems before. I didn't purchase the gems that were in the suite, but I still have some of the gems left from the Mediterranean blooms. Blackcurrant blush. Okay, that sounds yummy. Thank you, Joan. So I am going to use just the clear ones from here. And I think they're going to be fairly close to what comes with it anyway. So let's pop a couple of gems on. So these are getting a little bit low because I've had these for quite a while now. And they're nice because they kind of take on the colour of what you're using as well. Made it up. You have to give me a recipe now, Kim. Purple rain cocktail. Oh, what? So Prince made that one up, did he? Or is there really a purple rain cocktail? Alrighty. And you know what? I think I'm not going to put any more fruit on there or anything. I think I'm fine with what's on there. So let's just glue this down to our base. And make sure our card is opening the right way. I know I say that all the time, but you do know I'm saying that for me, not for you. Because I'm the one that usually would put my card front on, back to front, upside down or inside out. Any of the above. Okay, so what we can now do is, because I've got all of these little guys left over, let us do something on the inside. What I might do is get some, no, it's not scrap paper, it's what I had with the thing on the front there, but just pop that on that side. And I am going to ink up that script again. Oh my God, there really is a purple rain. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just stamp, not heaps, just a little bit at the bottom there. Clean up the mess so it doesn't end up on the back of my card. How good is that? Having all those stamps back there, I know I can put everything back away straight away. And we'll put a few little blackberries. Actually, I've got all blackberries. What if I just put all blackberries there? Nearly feel like it needs just a little tiny bit of blending now as well. Sorry. I'll just where am I going to do this? That way. Just so I don't get it on the card. Yeah, that will just take the starkness away from it a little bit. Oh, not a problem, Anita. Oh, I was driving into the city when you were on today. So that's what we've got. We've just got a little bit of blending there as well. And we can just put a few little blackberries down there. Nothing too fancy. We had strawberries and cherries and other things as well, but because the front of the card's all that colour, I think we'll just go with that. So I do remember that sale tomorrow as well. And check out what sweets are still available. Like I said, as soon as something sells out from one of the sweets though, it won't be included in the sale. So it's whilst that sweet is entire. There you go, that's your inside and that's your outside. So that is my little card that I made with the celebratory sips. Like I said, I did love playing with it. I will show you another card I made. I'm sorry, there's a whole heap of fussy cutting again. But this was my other card as well. So this one I have used the cheers on it. I've used the embossing folder and embossed from the top and the bottom. And then with this one here, can you see how it is shiny and it's only the drink, the liquid that's shiny. I did use the fine tip glue pen for this one. So like I said, that was the second card. The first card, I just wanted to get something down, and so I did just use the tape on that card. But I think the tape's actually worked really well on that one. I quite like that that idea with the tape. But there you go, two little cards made with the celebratory sips. I hope you have enjoyed that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. Yeah, it's nice to get that nice shiny glass look. And like I said, with this one here, at least you don't have to wait for it to dry. I've just realised I've left all my lights facing me. Sorry, there's been a lot of shadows. I've just noticed now. Sorry, I'll make sure I get that right next time. So tomorrow, 50% off the second item that you purchase. And there's that virtual album retreat. So with the virtual album retreat, if you do purchase that from me, there will be a little or there will be a gift to go with that as well. So I will have some more details on my newsletter for that. So if you'd like to sign up for my newsletter, do. I'll have a little sign up link for you as well on my page. Yeah, the tape is good. It is nice and quick, and it is all month. Yes, that sale for the 50% off your second item is all month. So have a lovely week, everyone, and I may see you on Thursday. I do have a market on Thursday, so I'll see how I go with time, because I also have a retreat a couple of hours away. So I'll see how I go. So hopefully Thursday. If not, I'll see you on Monday, and have a beautiful weekend. Thank you very much, everyone. I will catch up with you soon. Bye.